North Korea let go a ballistic rocket at an opportune time Sunday that flew 700 kilometers (430 miles), South Korea's military stated, days after another pioneer took office in the South, swearing to participate in discourse with Pyongyang. The rocket was let go from the area of Kusong, northwest of Pyongyang, where the North in February effectively test-propelled a transitional range rocket that it is accepted to create. Japan said the most recent rocket achieved a height of more than 2,000 kilometers (1,245 miles), and flew for 30 minutes before dropping into the ocean between North Korea's East Drift and Japan. The North has reliably let go rockets toward that path. Sunday's dispatch, at 5:27 a.m. Seoul time, 20:27 GMT Saturday, came 2 weeks after North Korea let go a rocket that broke down minutes into flight, denoting its fourth back-to-back disappointment since March. The U.S. Pacific Command said it was evaluating the kind of rocket, however it was not predictable with an intercontinental ballistic rocket. U.S. Pacific Command is completely dedicated to working intimately with our Republic of Korea and Japanese partners to look after security, a representative stated, alluding to South Korea by its official name. South Korean President Moon Jae-in, who took office on Wednesday, held his first National Security Council meeting as president in light of North Korea's most recent rocket dispatch, which he called an unmistakable infringement of UN Security Council resolutions, the presidential office said. The president said while South Korea stays open to the likelihood of discourse with North Korea, it is just conceivable when the North demonstrates an adjustment in demeanor, Yoon Young-chan, Moon's press secretary, said at a preparation. Moon won Tuesday's decision on a stage of a direct way to deal with North Korea and has said he would go to Pyongyang under the correct conditions, contending discourse must be utilized as a part of parallel with a sense to determine its neighbor's rebellion of the universal group. Japanese PM Shinzo Abe told correspondents on Sunday that North Korea's rehashed rocket dispatches are a grave risk to our nation and a reasonable infringement of UN resolutions. Abe said Japan will remain in near touch with the United States and South Korea. Japan Chief Cabinet Secretary Yoshihide Suga declined to remark when he was asked whether the most recent rocket dispatch was a win, and whether it spoke to another level of risk. Rocket tests at unprecedented pace. North Korea propelled the Kusong-2 rocket, an overhauled, expanded range rendition of its submarine-propelled ballistic rocket, SLBM, from the same Kusong site on February 12. It spoke to a more noteworthy danger on account of the trouble of following a versatile launcher and as a result of the capacity to keep the rocket fueled ahead of time, dissimilar to fluid-fuel rockets. The North endeavored yet neglected to test dispatch ballistic rockets for back-to-back circumstances in the previous 2 months, however has directed an assortment of rocket tests since the start of a year ago at a remarkable pace. Weapons specialists and government authorities trust the North has achieved some specialized advance with those tests. U.S. President Donald Trump cautioned in a meeting with Reuters in late April that a noteworthy, significant clash with the North was conceivable, yet he would incline toward a discretionary result to the argument about its atomic and rocket programs. On Saturday, a senior North Korean negotiator who is a veteran individual from its atomic arranging group, said the nation was interested in exchange with the Trump Organization under the correct conditions, without expounding. Cho Sun-Hewitt, the North Korean Remote Services Executive General for U.S. issues, addressed journalists while in travel in Beijing subsequent to going to a gathering with previous U.S. authorities in Norway. South Korea, the United States and other local forces have been venturing up endeavors to diffuse strains over the North's weapons program after a sharp ascent in pressures in April over worries that it might direct a sixth atomic test. North Korea has quickly given an account of Moon's race win and said moderates in South Korea ought to be tossed out for useful for prompting showdown between the adversary states. There was no quick response from China. Appointments from Washington, Seoul and Pyongyang are assembling in Beijing on Sunday to go to China's new Silk Road gathering, its greatest conciliatory occasion of the year.